Hello, all you wonderful people. It has been way too long since I have uploaded a video, and I am just so excited to be talking to you all today. So, before I get started on the topic at hand, please subscribe. It would really help my channel out. Once I get to 1,000 subscribers, I will hire a video and I will eventually get a better background, and my videos will improve with time, as most people's do on this platform. Secondly, I want to say, please don't send hate to anybody, in particular Andrew Tate, since that's who we're talking about today. These are just my opinions. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty, and time will tell what the truth is about Andrew. So I'm going to be looking at my notes over here. I've watched a bunch of videos with Andrew in them, and I just wrote some thoughts down, and so I'm just going to share those with you. And all of the videos that I looked at are going to be linked down below, and sometime in the future I will probably get one of those computer programs so I can watch videos and comment on them, and so you can see my commentary and the video, but I do not have that technology right now, so you'll just have to bear with me. Okay, so let's just start with what you probably all know, unless you're living under a rock at this point, but Andrew has been under investigation for alleged human trafficking. And so no one knows at this point what the truth is, but I have seen some red flags in Andrew Tate's videos that I want to talk about. And the first thing is that a lot of people have said he hates women, he's a misogynist, he says degrading things about women, and I agree, he does. He, for example, said that if he was on an airplane and if there was a female pilot or a male pilot and he had to pick between the two for an emergency landing, he would choose a man, because women, according to him, will not stay as calm in that situation because women are more emotional. Now, let's just put this lie to rest once and for all. Women are not more emotional than men. Men and women may show emotion differently at times, but in my personal experience, I've seen men be emotional and I've seen women be emotional. And if a man is emotional, for example, oftentimes I see it manifest more in anger, whereas, I don't know, a woman might cry more, but even that can vary. Women can get angry too, men can cry too, and for me personally, I am actually a more logical person, and I don't always understand emotion. So I do not appreciate being referred to, or for people to say that I'm emotional because I'm a woman, because that's simply not true. I try to use what's between my ears and under my hair here to deal with life, to think through things, to feel through things. And there are a lot of people like me. There are emotional people as well. And just a side note, if you're an emotional person, whether you're a man or a woman, try to think through things instead of feel through things. It does help you to manage life better. So, and not only that, I know pilots, and all of them have said that it does not matter whether someone is a man or a woman. If she's a good pilot, she's a good pilot. If he's a good pilot, he's a good pilot. And that both can be qualified. If they're qualified for the job, they're qualified. So, anyways, Andrew, you're just wrong about this. Andrew has made degrading and harmful comments about someone who is having a heart attack, which is a life-threatening ailment for someone to deal with, and I just don't understand how he can be so unsympathetic to someone like that. And even if he's joking, that's not even something that you joke about. So when someone has a large platform like him, what he should be saying is that if someone has a heart attack, you call 911 and you administer CPR. That's what you should do. He's so illogical to me about that. I don't relate or understand how he can say such cruel things like that. Now, one of his red flags is he brags about his wealth, but he's very evasive and unclear about how he has acquired his wealth. And people who are involved in nefarious business practices may be this way. They may be very evasive about where they got their money from. And I'm not saying that all wealthy people or people need to diverge information about their finances. It's up to the person. But a decent, honorable person will say, I started a business 10 years ago, and give a brief summary of this is my job and this is what I do. But I have not found a video where Andrew Tate explains clearly how he acquired his wealth. So who knows at this point? I know he has his online university, and there's controversy around that, and the fact that there are people who have come out and said that they weren't able to gain a lot of financial success by following his quote advice that he teaches. So who knows? Andrew, if you wouldn't mind explaining that to us. I've done a lot of research and I don't know. So that is a mystery to me. If any of you know more about that, please comment down below. Now, oh dear. So here is another thing that he said that I thought was not even controversial, it's just wrong. He says that an 18 to 19-year-old woman is more desirable than a 25-plus-year-old woman, based on the fact that, according to him, an 18 to 19-year-old woman has slept with less men and is therefore more desirable. Now, you know who else says that a younger woman is more desirable than a 25-plus-year-old woman? Traffickers say that. That's there's a huge, disgusting market for younger women. And so anyways, that's just a red flag. I'm not accusing Andrew of anything. Please, I can't make that clear enough. But that is a red flag. And not only that, Andrew, you're wrong. You should never put the desire of make a woman desirable based on her age. That's just false and wrong and cruel and, dare I say it, hateful towards women. Did I mention already that I have notes off to the side here that I'm referring to? So when I look over, that's why. The other thing that Andrew has said that is false and is a red flag, and I'll explain why. He says that he's the most famous man in the world, which, by the way, a simple internet search shows that that is not true. I think it's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson that's actually the most famous man in the world, and then Will Smith is the second famous, and there's actually a list of a top 10 if you do an internet search. And Andrew, you aren't even in the top 10, buddy. I mean, I don't know this, and the red flag is in this having to brag. I'm the most famous man in the world. I'm so rich, and this is godlike mindset that he has, or this mindset of being better than everybody else. It just lacks such humility and self-awareness, and these exaggerating statements that are very dishonest. They are not true, and that's a concerning behavior when someone says those types of things. And I think the biggest red flag that he has said is that he has women who work for OnlyFans accounts, and then he gets a portion of the money. And Now, if these are adult women who are there consensually, that's actually not illegal. However, if he has coerced any of these women into doing this against their will or has threatened them in some way, that is actually human trafficking and that is illegal. And so the information around that is not clear at this point, and it could come out over time. So time will tell with that as well, but that is actually a red flag. Also, he has said that if a girlfriend of his has an OnlyFans, he is entitled to a portion of the money that she makes because his girlfriend's body is his property. Now, you jerk, Andrew Tate. You are a class A asshole. And if you're offended by my language in this video, get over it, because I don't know how else to describe this guy. But no, a woman's body is not your property. You and your girlfriend are two autonomous beings and you're partners, and you're supposed to give to the relationship equally and love one another. And I do think that especially in a marriage, you share finances and things like that. That's fine. But let's say the finances I share with my husband, he's not my property, he's my partner, and we contribute to the relationship together. And anything other than that is degrading to either the man or the woman in that relationship. And so that's another red flag. Andrew, your girlfriend's body is not your property. She's someone to be valued and cared for and appreciated and loved the way she deserves to be loved as an autonomous person. And same to a man, they're an autonomous person as well. Am I making myself clear here? I'm so over and done with this mindset about women are property. That's just wrong, and it's yucky and it's evil and implies slavery, actually, not equality in a relationship. Pardon me as I pause here. So on to Piers Morgan, who I actually like. I like that he will give people a platform at times that other journalists won't. And I think that's actually important so people can share their side of the story. And an important question that Piers asked Andrew is, to quote him, "Do you regret the things you've said in your past?" And Andrew said, "I can't live in regret." And here's the thing, it's not about living in regret. That's not a valid point in that situation. It's about owning the things you've said and apologizing for them. And whether you regret that or not is irrelevant. It's just being a person who can have self-awareness and be able to take responsibility when you say something that is harmful to an individual or a group of people. And upon watching these interviews with Piers Morgan, Andrew did not seem to take any responsibility for the things he said. Instead, he tried to explain himself and justify his behavior, and he hasn't retracted his awful statements as far as I know. And so the other red flag that I want to say is that Andrew Tate has converted to a religion, and I'm not surprised he converted to this religion. And this religion starts with either an I or an M, and I don't know if I can use the word here on YouTube, so I'm just going to call it the M religion. And this religion is the number one religion, the number one worst religion for a woman to be in. A woman is lesser than a man in this religion. Women have to cover up. Women are treated like second-class citizens. They are blamed for everything, while the man gets to get away with everything. So honestly, I'm not surprised he converted to this religion. Like, based on the things he said about women and how degrading he is towards women and how he blames women, says that women are at fault for things that really men could be just as equally responsible for. I'm not. I'm not surprised. It's disappointing, and just for me to clarify, I want to say that I'm not a fan of any organized religion, and that it could be Mormonism, Catholicism, evangelicalism, much of Christianity. I'm not. I don't support that, and I will be using my channel more and more to call out organized religion. That's one of my main intentions of chatting with you all. But anyways, I don't like it. I don't like that now he has a supposed holy book and his version of what God is to further justify his mistreatment towards women. That's very disappointing. And I just want to say that to the people who say, well, he has said some good things. I agree with some things he said. Now, that is a situation with most people, is that when we dialogue with people or we listen to someone in a video, we're going to agree or disagree with some things that people say. You could ingest what you agree with or like or appreciate, and you can get rid of, just ignore or throw out what you disagree with. Now, the thing with Andrew Tate is he is so awful that he has lost all credibility to me. And yeah, he said maybe a few things that I think may have a valid point worth thinking about, but at this point, I just have to tune him out, and I can't appreciate anything he says because he has said so many unempathetic and cruel things. So, I really want to know, what you think about him and what research you've done about him. Please post resources down below and let me know what you think. There may be things that I said here that you disagree with, and that's okay. Just disagree in a respectful manner. But if you can't tell, Andrew is definitely not my favorite person. And I think that he needs to apologize, especially for the things he said towards women. And I forgot one more thing. I'm sorry. I just remembered that he has said that women are not as smart as men. And that women are kind of in the middle of this scale or ladder, and then men can either be way smarter or way dumber. So he kind of says that women are somewhere in between. And this is not true. In fact, you could do an internet search, and I believe the smartest person in the world is in fact a woman. And that he has quoted some bunk study it's one study that he quoted, and there are many, many other studies that talk about that biological sex has nothing to do with how smart or dumb a person is. There are a lot of other factors involved with that. And so, actually, Andrew, how about we go back to school and we'll see which one of us gets better grades? Well, what else can I say? I'm a smart girl, I'm a girl, and I think I could, just beat you at this, Andrew. But anyways, I'll digress with that. But anyways, so like I said before, don't want to send hate. This is, my commentary is meant to be more constructive criticism. And hopefully we can grow and learn that this is not a man that should be viewed as an example to people. I really want us to be better as people and learn to be loving, kind, empathetic people. And I don't think we're going to learn that from Andrew. And so I might make another video on him, and hopefully there will be updates on his case. And again, these are just my opinions, but that I wanted my opinions to maybe raise awareness and get you to think. And so please look at all the videos that I posted below and do your own research and comment, and maybe we can have a conversation in the comment section. But anyways, I'm at 20 minutes here, and I'm gonna jump off, and thank you for listening to me, and I love you all, and hopefully I'll have more comments on another topic for you all very soon. I love you a lot. Thank you. Mwah.